My turbos have nowhere to go tinkle, so today I'm showing you how to install an oil return line. But this thing is nasty, and before we can clean it, we'll have to take off the internal baffle. And that's what 200,000 miles look like. Now we can give it a quick clean, and then we can figure out where we want to put our oil return. I want something that looks kind of OEM, so I'm thinking right here. When it comes to an oil return bung, there's two different types. You have the Sanders plate method like this guy, or you have the TIG welded one. If you don't have access to a TIG welder, this Sanders plate is great, and it's actually what I use on my big turbo Civic. Now, I like to outline the inner Sanders plate as it helps give me a visual idea of how big the hole needs to be. I also like to start with a smaller drill bit and step my way up all the way to the final size so I don't break any aluminum. And for hand drilling, you want to make sure you're not doing it at an angle. And she fits first try. Now let's clean up our workspace and clean out the oil pan. A single chunk of metal could blow up your whole engine, so I use 3 bottles of brake clean, and that's kinda clean-ish. Then make sure your faces are clean and install the O-ring onto the bung, then the bung into the oil pan, then the O-ring on the back of the bung, and then the lock nut. Then tighten it down with a 24mm and a crescent wrench. You want this tight, but you don't want to over-tighten it and break it. Now right now my engine isn't boosted, but I don't want to pull the motor the second my challenge is over, just install an oil bung. So let's cap this off so that way when we're ready, it's there. That's exactly the OEM placement that I was thinking, and it really blends in with that oil sensor down there. Now we don't have to pull the engine when it's time to boost it.